You ready, Gaz?
Yeah, ready?
Hello and welcome to the Limitless Formula Racing League. I'm your host, DxT Hobo. Joined me, as always, is Gaz. Gaz, how are you doing today, pal?
I'm great, my friend. I'm great. How about yourself?
I am good, and I'm looking forward to this first ever race in the official season. After we had our little practice session last week, these drivers give all they can give, and I love to see it. So, what are you expecting from
Yeah,
today's race?
well, obviously, I'm expecting a lot of drivers such as um, Kings hopefully Wild Gamer to put in some challenges up at the top end. But we've got some very strong races, so it could be anybody's race today.
It can, obviously, with a full qualifying as well. It like we saw last week, it does throw a massive spanner in the works, as we saw people like WLK not getting as far as he could. Wild Gamer didn't get as high as we thought he would. It definitely can throw a spanner in the works. Sorry, my YouTube has sighted up. Shut up. Here we go. Okay, so we'll quickly run through who's in which car if you're new to this. We'll start off with non-human will be in the Williams there. Flea. Flea. Let's have a look actually. Can I do it in order? Let's have a look at it in this way. Racing director, will be a lot easier probably. So there we go. Non-human in the Williams. We have Flea in the racing in the Red Point. Oh god, I can't talk. In the Red Bull. Rizzle is in the Renault. Get Carter is covering for Evil Hunter in the McLaren today, so won't be seeing Evil Hunter today, unfortunately. Percy in the Red Bull. We have Raukio, aka Twitch, as I do call him, is in the AlphaTauri. Freedom in the Alfa Romeo. Never Walk Alone Matty, the massive Mank in the Merc. We have Matty Bot in the AlphaTauri. Gaz, oh, another Gaz. Oh, I can't have that. Can't be having that Gaz. You have to have a word with him. He is in the
Uh,
Haas.
especially, he's another mank as well.
Oh, another Mank. Oh, okay, sweet. We have Jim Strav in the Renault, DJ Death Dragon in the McLaren, Valentine in the Alfa Romeo, Wild Gamer in the Merc, WLK. Okay, we can still call it WLK. We can call him that in the Williams. Ratchet in the Racing Point. Japaro was also in the Racing Point. TR727 in the Ferrari with his teammate Kingsholm, and last but not least, El Stefano in the Haas. So a full 20 grid for you today. Obviously being the
Uh,
first round as well. No points, all fresh start for everyone.
well, this is the perfect opportunity to introduce the viewers as well to the Limitless Formula Racing Jensen Button Award. So basically, our drivers have the ability to, with a clean race and a good finish, they could get rewarded with clean racing points, which the winner of that at the end of the season will actually get a real life prize at the end. They're all kind of like looking forward to whoever gets that really at the end of the season. So we've got a few guys out laps at the moment. We've got Wild Gamer and Ratchet on the flying laps. I'm on board with Wild Gamer at the moment. Are you still with us, Hobo?
No, my mic has just turned off. Sorry.
No
I've
worries.
been
I was
literally
like,
talking the whole time. I'm like, okay, yeah. And then my mic was like not hearing anything. I was like, hang on a minute, what's going on here?
yeah, it's got quiet. Oh well. Well, we've got a few guys on the fast laps at the moment. I know I'm on board with Wild Game at the moment. As he is coming around Stuart and Senna corner, which is 14 and 50 for you non F1 gurus out there.
That's
Now he's
me.
going around Prost. I know every single corner name of this circuit. There's two corners there without a name that I've had to make names up for. We've got Wild Gamer
Believe it.
posting the time of a 121.5.
And non-human's about to cross the line. He's had quite a decent lap, and he's going to set a 121 dead. Unreal time from non-human.
That's a beautiful time.
That
It's
is
great
it.
to see the Williams battling up the front.
It's going to be nice. I think the times will be a lot faster than this. I think we'll get a lot faster. But for a first stint, that is incredible. Death Dragon
Yeah.
121.6, Japala 121.7. So what I was saying basically during the during my muted
Quiet
time,
moments.
in my quiet moment, I was saying it's good that that this league is bringing in something to actually enhance the clean, safe driving protocol with that prize at the end of the season.
Yeah, it was with our first season. We were putting our heads together, thinking we need something to promote that to make it make us stand out, to really reward good, clean racing. Valkyrie with a faster time of a 120.8, so we're in the 120s now.
That is a good start.
Still got a bit way to come down as well. I think these drivers are with their first laps here. Look, they're still getting too used to the cars, the circuits, and there's also a little bit of traffic out there as well, so that could play a bit into it.
Yeah, Ratchet goes fifth as well.
Spinning out.
Ratchet fifth there, 121.6. Good time from him. This best thing about this free sync quali, so they have got their chance to set a little sighter lap. Bit of a corner cut there from Ratchet. I'm not sure what he's trying to do, but we've got it on stream, so I'm guessing that's not part of the rule.
I'm on board with Get Carter at the moment. Get Carter himself is our reserve driver in the McLaren. I have not seen him participate in the race, but he's put in a pep sector 1 at the moment, so quite interested to see how he places.
Get Carter is a member of DxT. He's a DX like myself. See, he's one of our little drivers we got. He's a solid racer. He gets normally mid-pack in the races we've seen. So he's not like one of the faster drivers, but he's consistent. He's always there and thereabouts. So it'd be good to see him score some decent points.
Kingsholm sticks a time of 121.0. He is 6 thousandths behind non-human, so another fairly pace there. Oh, Get Carter off track and he tucks off his front wing. So he'll be heading straight into the pits on that. That was at 10:14.
I'm currently on board with tier 727 as he's going around the last sector now. A bit of traffic in his way from the racing point in his way, but I think they're both on hot laps, so it shouldn't be too much for him to deal with. He comes round the last corner now. I struggle with this corner, I'm not very good at it, but he seems to have nailed it. DRS open as he crosses the line. Not going to be the fastest, but it goes 9th at a 122.0.
I'm with Rizzle Sticks at the moment, so he's doing fairly well. Nice line. So we'll see how he does through sector 2 and 3 now.
Well, about to go on board with WOK, but he's going into the pits. So he's had some sort of issue there. He's laps invalidated.
Oh, he's just spun out of turn 12, but he saves himself from going into the wall. Now, turn 12 is another corner without a name. I've named it the Jochen corner. So basically what happens there is like a lot of drivers tend to come out of turn 11 a bit too heavy, go a little bit wide, clip the curb, spin round and go backwards into the wall, which usually writes off a car straight away, but Rizzle Sticks manages to hold the car away from the wall and basically gets a chance to get back to the pits, sort himself out for another lap, really.
Yeah, exactly. Well, while we've got a couple of guys in the pits now, getting ready for their next stint, I've got a couple messages to read out. Ari saying, hey, you muffins. Hi there, pal. Get Carter said, how are you going, hobo? Not bad, mate. How are yourself? Looking good today. I won't expect you to see you in the points. We have Jake, my mod's calling me a speng, which I love to see, because I had my mic muted. And Izzy Crin, welcome, Izzy. Hope you're in for a good race today.
Well, I've got one message from Rob Gamer just shouting hello, so that's our messages all sorted, so that's good.
And then someone called King's Hole messaged me. I don't know who he is. We'll carry on with that. Oh, Freedom's out of the race. Just noticed that.
Well, that has just happened now. Let's see.
I'm going to jump on board quickly with Gaz, because he's going around the last few corners. Should be able to see him. Looks like he's lost it. Oh, it's gone. Lost it out of the last corner and hit the wall.
Yeah. It's very easy to do if you put the power down a bit too early on that corner. So Gaz is actually on a flying lap. Let's see how he does in time-wise. 1:27.2, so puts himself on 13th at the moment. A little bit off the pace. Maybe had a spin out or something early on, so let's see how
Flea
he
as well.
manages to pick it up.
1:21.6 for Flea. So again, Kingsholm beating him by 6 tenths. He won't be liking that. Them two have a little rivalry going on.
Yeah, I do love a little rivalry on a race. Last time when they were out in Spain, they were battling it in qualifying, and then come the race, Kingsholm stacks it at Renault Corner.
So also, we've got to mention as well. Let's see, another rivalry we got is non-human and the late Freedom, as he just crashed out. They are brothers, so that'll be another battle to be watching out for with these two.
We've got Freedom went off at the fast chicane. Fast chicane.
Oh, so he must have had wing damage and then took it all the way back to the pit.
Yeah. And we just had Flea. I think Flea's come back into the pits now, so he's just invalidated himself. We've got a message from Meg saying hi everyone. So, hello Meg, thank you for joining us.
Shut up, Meg.
Meg is.
Sorry,
Meg is one of those. Had to do it. You had to.
Had to do it. Got to be done once a stream.
She is one of our admins. She's taking some personal time at the moment. So it's fantastic that she's tuning in to say hello to us. So yeah, let us know what you're thinking, Meg. I don't think Kingsholm's going to do great. I think he's going to stack into a wall again, or spin around at turn 3, as he likes to do.
He does like a good old spin. Does a Flea.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of spins,
there's turn 3 as well.
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's not turn 3, it's turn 4.
And that was a reset the track as well, so I'm not sure what the rules say about that, but they won't be looking kindly.
Resets on tracks is it is punishable. That may be looked at by the stewards, but if it had no effect on anybody else, it might be let slide. But I am not too sure. That was Death Dragon, was it, that you've seen as well?
DJ Death Dragon, and in that mist as well, Get Carter, his teammate, has gone above him on a 1:21.6.
He's only 1,000 behind Flea. 1,000. That's like you can't even breathe. That just breathe through that gap really between them two cars.
Flea won't like that either. Flea won't, because obviously Flea. I don't think DxT is Flea is a part of DxT, but obviously Kingsholm, Matty, you never walk alone, Matty, and Get Carter all are. So there'll be a bit of rivalry between them guys, because Flea will not want them to be beaten. Bad enough he's getting beat by Kingsholm.
Just got a message from Meg saying it is punishable about the spin, and it had to punish someone. Had to punish someone last week for resetting on track, so I think that is going to be just seen to by the stewards.
Yeah.
And also about your shut up, Meg, brutal as a response.
It's got to be done. But yeah, the reason why, if you are sitting there wondering why we are punishing that kind of thing, if no one got damaged or any involved in it, it's because obviously the time he's saved by resetting the track is time that's obviously helping him out now, because he can get back to the pits quickly rather than having to turn around and all this kind of stuff. That's just that bit itself. But if you do it obviously during a race, again you're saving yourself some time, and also you could cause a crash with someone else suddenly appearing in front of you as you're racing. So there you go. Anyone a bit curious. WLK goes to 1:21.8, puts him into 11th place. So he's safe for the time being with 5 minutes to go. A couple of drivers not setting laps yet, so we need to see what's going on there. Rizzle Kick's not set a lap. Jim Strav not set a lap yet. Percy not set a lap yet.
Well, Percy's quite a quick driver. I think Rizzle Sticks is more due to the spin that he had at 10-12.
Yeah, he's not set a valid lap.
And he has invalidated his lap just then as well. Percy.
Was there another spin as well? In the
Jim Strav is on his out lap, so I'm expecting a good time for Jim Strav. He does have very good pace, but I do think that he has a connection issue, which is the reason why he doesn't tend to jump out onto in qualifying quite often.
Yeah, it's a shame when you got connection issues let you down, because obviously it does make a massive difference to cars around you. They don't know where you are.
Yeah.
But I said, so currently in the danger zone at the moment, we have Gaz, Rizzlesticks, Percy, Freedoms, who obviously we know will be out, and Jim Strav. So we have one definite, at least, with Freedom.
Yeah. We've got tier 727 who's just there, went through sector 2, 2 temps down on his time, so he's looking to be jumping up a place or two. But he goes into the pits instead, so I'm not too sure whether he realised that he was actually quicker and he jumped in the pits, or whether it was fresh tyres ready to go for a fast lap, faster lap if he can.
He's,
Ratchet.
he's currently,
He's
I
out.
would say he's safe-ish. I said 122 is dead. I wouldn't say he's comfortably safe, but
Oh,
safe
it
enough at
just
the
takes a
moment.
very good time. A very good lap from a few of the guys lower down.
Yeah.
But to see that basically become unsafe. Ratchet's out on a fast lap at the moment.
I'm currently on board with Jim Strav. Obviously not set a time yet, so we're going to see how he gets on. He has got a bit of connection, as you can see. He's jittering about the place a little bit. I fingers crossed.
Yeah,
Ratchet's
okay. Ratchet purple sector 1. Matty Bot in the Haas has moved right out of the way to allow him to get past quite nicely, so that's very good to see. That's because we've noticed that Matty Bot, it goes good on the clean racing points.
He does do that.
I've just kind of like jumped on board with Ratchet just to see how his line is. He looks like he's got a good line here through the last few corners. I find turn 14, which is Stuart Corner as the official name, is one of the hardest corners because you've got to make sure you get that spot on. A little bit too much power and you're in the gravel, which will ruin your whole lap and possibly a race. But he doesn't improve on his time. He's actually added a bit of time on there, so that's unfortunate. Ratchet.
Yeah, with 2 minutes to go as well. He either needs to go around again, or he needs to just call it a day. We have got a spin from a Haas, but looks like it. I can't let's have a look. It's it was Gaz. It was Gaz.
Oh, was it Gaz?
Yeah, Gaz had a spin, done his wing in as well, I think.
Percy. Percy with a 120.3. Almost half a second faster than Malchio.
There you go. You said he was quick. You said he was quick.
I did. He's absolutely showing what he can do.
And Jim Strav won a 1 minute 30, which is very, very slow. That would be not good enough to qualify for the next round.
No. I think that might have been due to his connection issue, I would say, rather than abilities. Connection issue what may have slowed him down in one way or another.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues when it comes to connection.
We do ask for a better connection because of these incidents. If you're jumping all over the place, people can't guess where you are really. So.
Oh, Rizzle's coming in as well, so Rizzle ain't going to set a lap, so he'll be out of qualifying as well. On board again with Strav, and let's see if he could do anything. He's coming around, 2 more corners to go. Again, oh, he's going in as well, not attempting it. El Stefano, what's he doing? He's in danger zone at the moment.
Oh. Kingsholm's currently going around, and he's lost his front wing somewhere between turn 1 and turn 4. Not too sure how that's happened. I just kind of like jumped on board to see how he was doing, and that's what happened. So he'll be off round to the pits.
That is a big loss of wing as well. It looks like El Stefano's not going to be setting a lap. He's going to be running out of time. And Tia is also not going to be setting a lap. He's invalidated it. But I think he's just about safe by looks of it then, because everyone below him is either in the garage or out of the race. I think the drivers are going to lose in this round. El Stefano, Gaz, Jim Strav, Rizzlesticks, and Freedoms. Also, we're going to have a couple messages to read out as well. Raukio, he just said hi guys, how are we doing? We're doing fine, thank you. He said he set his lap at the start of his session. There you go. Set at 1 minute 20 at the very start of the session, and he's not been able to beat it yet. Let's see what he does later in qualifying 2.
See, Q2 is quite, I would say it's the most important qualifying section of the qualifying phase, really, due to the fact that it's where you start thinking about your tyre strategy.
There it is, because
It'll
the
be quite,
tyres you qualify on will be the ones you start on in the race, which is good for us. We can see a lot of different strategies here as well.
it'll stop making us think as well what they're thinking, predicting
Yeah,
what kind of
exactly.
strategies people will be jumping on. So, what do you think the tyre strategy would be if it was you who was out on the circuit today?
Oh, see, I was doing it. I've been practicing this race. Obviously, we got our first season coming up. I think a lot of them was going a soft hard. I believe I'm right in thinking it was a soft hard. It's not. See, hards are quite a hard tyre, literally. They're hard in the name, hard in nature. They're very hard to get the temperatures up, hard to to keep going, but they just last forever. But they're just not very quick. So it all depends really. If I'm in the top 10 and I'm on softs, then I'll be going softs, hards. If I was on the mediums, possibly go medium, soft, soft. This could be a shout. What about you?
That's where I'll sit there and say, Joe, medium soft soft would be my choice. So because soft hard is just it's like a polar opposites really. You go really quick and then all of a sudden quite slow. But then again, once you get past the first 10 laps on the soft tires, jump on the hards. Less fuel means that you actually do tend to do quite well with the hard tires.
Yeah.
But then again,
Yeah, but
so
ideally you
low
want to be
fuel
using
soft
up.
tires are flying.
You want to be using up your softer tires when you're light on fuel, so that way you're even faster, rather than using the
Yeah, of
slower
course.
tire when you're, with your light on fuel. It will do you better, but it won't do as good as obviously the mediums or the softs.
Uh,
Obviously, the downside of the
Here
softs
we
here,
go,
they only last, like
Peter.
you said, 10 laps, which is
Yeah,
difficult to sustain, really.
of course. Yeah. Well, 10 laps one of it is the average. Really, you're looking at very effective laps or 12 long-lasting laps. So just jumped on to see that we've got No Human, Valkio, Matty Boss, Death Dragon, Ratchet, Chapoa, and Kingzone all looking to be jumping on the medium so far. And Death Dragon is our first driver out.
I'll let you go on board with him. I'll follow on board with the driver behind, which is Ratchet, also on the medium tyres.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to allow Death Dragon to do a flying lap in this, an out lap, and then when he's on a flying lap, I'm going to jump on board and basically talk through the lap for our viewers, because some viewers may have never driven around Albert Park, won't know the corners, won't know what they're looking for really when it comes down to the race. So a little bit of knowledge from someone who knows pretty much everything about this circuit might be helpful for them. So we'll do that in a moment.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely sounds like a good idea.
this is going to be quite interesting because I think nearly everybody apart from Tia, Agalos and Percy have opted for the mediums.
Yes, obviously, we know Percy's got the pace. Obviously, he went faster just now, so it's a bit strange why he's chosen the soft tyres. And maybe he wants to start on that tyre. We don't know.
Or well, it hasn't come out yet, so it's basically he might be just sitting there
So he might
watching.
just sit in the garage.
Now he's actually on an out lap now, so he's actually out on his soft tires. Right. So here
I'll
we
leave it
go.
with you for your flying lap commentary.
Yeah, so here we go, Death Dragon flying lap. So here we go, okay, coming up the home straight onto turn 1, which is Jones. Now round turn 2, which is Brabham. Here you're going wide here, touching at the RS zone, down the air, right drive into turn 3, which is called Sports Centre. Tight right-hander, you want to go right across, ready for turn 4, which is Hellas. Obviously, Death Dragon's jumped off there, a little bit lagging. What's turn 5, which is where Whitefoot, sorry. Onto turn 6, which is Marine, which is the closest corner to the docks. Around turn 7, which is I've called Hunt, and now turn 8, which is a sloping right, is Laudo. Onto the left-hand side here, ready to go into Clark, and then Fittipaldi at turn 10. Now this straight here is Lakeside Drive, long, wide straight, actually an open road in Joe, so you can go around there. Onto turn 11, which is White. Around turn 12, which is I've called Rint. Onto the straight here, which is not really a straight, called Hill. Coming up to turn 13, which is called Ascari. And then onto turn 14 here, which I believe is one of the toughest corners, is Stewart. Then onto the final two corners, which are Senna, and then Prost, which is, I believe, is the slowest corner on the circuit. And then onto the home straight, over with a time of 122.0, a fairly decent time with the pace that we're seeing so far. So that's a good start there. And Ratchet with a 122.6. So our viewers there should be knowing about the circuit now.
Yeah, there's a very good lap talk there. We have got another. So just as we were talking, I noticed a couple of yellow sectors come up. Kingsholm lost another part of his wing. Not sure what that was about, so I have to try and find out from him later on. We had another spin I've just seen now from Get Carter, I believe. I'm having a look now if he's got any damage. He's got an invalid lap, and yes, he's got wing damage as well. A lot of cars getting a bit unstuck.
This is the one where people are having, with the medium tyres, they are having to push a little bit harder to get the heat in there, but then they might be pushed a bit too hard. Especially when it comes down to 10, 12, you've got to be extra careful.
Look at Raukio going to
So I'm on with
121.5.
Wild Gamer. Wild Gamer about to cross the line with a 122.3. So in the mix, but not quite as high up as we would have expected from this driver.
Percy set a 123 on them soft tyres, so I'm assuming he's slowed out to pull out of that lap because he set a faster time in Q1. Flea's gone second on a 121.8.
That's a massive improvement from what he did in Q1, and he's on the medium tyres now as well.
No yellow flags ahead. It looks like it's sector 2. Let's have a look, see if we can see what's going on. Doesn't look like any damage. These cars are slowing down for each other. Would be good if Codemasters next season or next game bring out. Whoa! Sorry, a big spin from Matty. I'm doing it again. I'm being a bad luck charm for people.
Oh, you jumped on board with him and he's someone else.
Sorry, Matty. But as I was saying,
not really.
Yeah, not really. No, it adds content. It's good for content.
It's very good for content. It's very good entertainment.
It would be good if, say, if there was that actual contact or damage done during the race. As a spectator, you can then look at a replay of that, or a replay would come up automatically or cover the screen, or even like a little box in the corner that you can then select, so you can see what actually happened rather than trying to guess what happened. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. It'd be great as a non-human deciding to cut a corner there for whatever reason.
It's the second time he's done that as well. Second time he's done that at turn 4 as well. So he needs to be careful there.
Well, I am sure that will actually be looked into by the stewards.
Yeah, definitely.
Find out the reason, and if it's a valid reason, then we can allow it to go. He's doing it on 10-9 again, so I think he's gonna have a lot of answering to do. He's invalidated his lap. He's
yeah, he's done it a few times now.
So is he trying to get round so he cut time down so he can get a fast lap, get back to the pits, so he can then get another set of tyres out and then get another fast lap if he needs it on a softer tyre.
Definitely.
If that's the case, if it's the case of just trying to be time saving, then it's not
that's
a valid
yeah, that's the bit we don't like. He does move out the way for, I believe it's Japoa or Ratchet, maybe that was Japoa. Set his first lap, but yeah, like I said, if he's saving himself a couple of attempts here and there, and with someone like Japoa who's not doing it, for example, then he's gonna have a massive advantage. Because in F1, them temps add up a lot. Japoa sets a 122.7, goes 8th, right behind his teammate on the softs.
Yeah, we've got a comment here from Meg saying, "Hobo, what is it with you? Jinxing people." Yes, Hobo. What is it with you with jinxing people?
It adds to content. Do you want a boring race or do you want an exciting race, Meg? Come on. I give you viewership. That's what you need to worry about. Because Kingsholm, your beloved, crosses the line and doesn't improve too much and goes 5th. So still advantage Flea. Although Flea on the softer tyre, so it all depends on how these two take this.
Well, this is like a repeat of Spain, isn't it? Because Kingsholm had Q1, done Q1, Fleet done Q2. So let's see how Kingsholm answers back in the next fast lap in this sector, or whether he's going to go and wait until Q3 to show what he can do on this circuit.
It's a non-human now coming around the last 2 corners. We'll see what he can do.
So got Matthew Green, don't be jinxing me. So which one's Matthew Green?
Matthew Green is Matty Bot.
Matty Bot. All right, Matty Bot. Right.
Yeah.
Right. We'll make sure that Hobo doesn't jump on Matty Bot's coverage.
I saw that comment. I immediately jumped to him to see what he was doing. He's in the pits, so I can't really jinx him. It's hard to do when you're in the pits.
Yeah, he's in the pits at the moment, so you're safe in the pit at the moment.
So a non-human goes fourth on a 121.9. Just shy of his teammate, and again he's cutting corners. So like, this is not good from him. I think he needs to be told sooner than late, rather than later.
Yeah.
I will stay on board with him, just to have a little look.
We've got a Ferrari going really slow up at sector 2. I think it was just getting out of the way for another driver. They had invalidated, that was Tia.
Getting an 8th at the moment. He's not safe really, because 8th place, anything can happen with those bottom 5 drivers, because we've still got likes of Get Carter, Matty, or Mank Matty, Percy as well, still in that drop zone. So these guys, you're expecting to be in the top 10.
Yeah.
Ratchet goes fastest on a 121.2 on a soft tyre.
That's a decent time. Obviously with like Valkyrie only 2 tenths behind on the medium tyre, which usually gives roughly about 0.7 of a second down there advantage to the soft tyre. So Valkyrie's still up on pace really.
Yeah, it should be a good battle between these guys. Yellow flags again. It's like it's a racing points. Possibly Ratchet, as he's the only one on track. Percy goes fastest at a 120.8 on the medium tyres. That's what we wanted to see.
That is a fantastic time there by Percy.
Brilliant.
I
Brilliant from him.
I reckon he could. Yeah, I reckon if he put a fantastic lap like that on a soft tyre, he could break the 120 barrier.
Oh, definitely. Then they must be at least a second faster. That must be a 119.6 maybe. Surely it's got to be a lot faster. But he must be really happy with that lap.
Definitely.
Have a look.
Also been like the preferred strategy for the tyres as well.
Yeah, definitely. So he'll be going, hopefully aiming for a medium soft. So we have another yellow flag with Ratchet again. Not sure what that's about.
Currently jumped on board with Wild Game. Now Wild Game, I've seen him race it in other leagues, and he has got very good pace. So I'm expecting a good performance from him today. He's purple sector 1.
That's a good time. So to start off with, it needs to get that linked up.
A little bit of knowledge about Wild Game. He's actually got a background in racing himself. Me and him have actually spoke about the different types of races that we've done in real life. He's actually a lawnmower racer.
A what?
And he's a lawnmower racer.
I'm guessing that's what it says. He races lawnmowers.
Yeah, he races lawnmowers. It's like, he does it. It's like he's nationally recognised as a lawnmower racer in Northern Ireland. So
that's amazing.
He's got some racecraft in. We've spent some time here speaking a while ago about the different types of races that we've been in. With myself being doing a bit of track racing in the past, and let's see, puts himself in fourth over 121.5. He is on the soft tyres, so it's still off Percy's pace.
Yeah, to show you how much Percy was going. That's how quickly Percy was.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's definitely interesting from the lawnmower racer there. Hopefully we don't see any lawnmower in today, because that would mean he'd be cutting the grass.
Yeah, I think non-human's done enough of that for us today.
Yeah, definitely. And he's cutting the concrete as well by the looks of it.
Yeah.
So currently on board
Probably
with
thought it.
Valentine, who hasn't set a lap yet. He's gone on his first lap, but he's on the soft tyre as well, so he needs to beat a 122.4 to get into that top 10. But he's invalidated it. Oh, it's the
Uh,
validation, so we need to go around again on those tyres.
he's got to make it a decent time though, because he's got 1 minute 40 to play with for that basically cool down lap. Matthew Green with a comeback from your last comment. I think that was what happened last week. He was watching me a lot at the start, and I had that lapped car glitch. That lap car glitch was your fault.
So I'm not going to mention who I'm on board with now, because I am on board with Matty. The minute I saw he was off his outlap, I jumped straight on him. So no pressure, Matt.
Oh no!
No, and so I'm gonna up the ante. I want to go driver's view. Come on, son, let's do this.
Oh, that is cursing it. Like, you're gonna get first side view of that spin out. He's gonna do it turn 12.
Yeah, it makes me do it on purpose, make me dizzy, and we'll see what he can do. He does purple sector too, which is really quick from him. Manages to keep the car on track, so it should be on for a good time from him. Hopefully we see him out of the top 10. There was a movement there, I'm not sure who that was though. I think that was Matty's jumped up to 11th on the medium tyres. With two corners to go.
I'm on board with Valentine at the moment, so I'm hoping. Oh, he's just invalidated his lap. Has he got enough time to get round the track? I don't know if he's got enough time.
Oh, Matty goes
third.
third. Yes. 121.4.
Oh, I think that's like a reverse curse. You've actually helped him out by jumping on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I want credit for that, Matty.
I jumped on him for a little bit when he got to turn 12. I thought, I want to see this, because that's where you expect a crash.
So you're looking for the crash. That's worse.
I was looking for it because I thought he was going to jinx him. So, like, obviously we're coming up to the end of Q2 now, so we've got drivers coming in, finishing off their fast laps. Get Carter.
Kingsholm's gone pole on a 120.5. Had to put on the softs there, though. That's going to compromise his race strategy.
I think he did that to get past faster than Flea. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's all about one up really. Although you got so many mixed strategies. I think one that could work if you get an early safety car is a soft, medium, soft. So you start off the soft to get yourself a good start. Medium to go through the middle stints and then finish off strong.
So Japara has jumped up, which has put non-human out of the qualifying for the next race. Flea has gone up into 4th.
Oh, nice time there by Flea. So we've got I'm on board with Kek Carter, who's actually, I think he's actually must have spun out because he is well off the pace for a fast lap. He's already past the 130s, so that's not going to help him out. And he is our last driver out.
Strangely, I don't know why Matty stayed out. You know, rather than going back into the pits, he's crossed the line, so which means he's going to have to go around the track again. Which ideally, you want to kind of go straight into the pits. You don't want to be putting any extra wear on those tyres.
Well, the understanding from going across the line rather than going straight into the pits is you actually get a chance to actually add a little bit more rubber onto your tyre.
So there you go.
That time, and also it means that the standings can finish quicker. So maybe he's thinking about
everyone else,
more the racing director than himself.
We'll quickly go through who got knocked out of this one. We have non-human coming in at 11th. DJ Death Dragon, which I'm big surprised at actually, coming in at 12th. 13th is Tia. 14th is Matty, which I'm fortunate for him. I thought he'd be up there in the top 10 as well. And Valentine, who wasn't able to set a valid lap. So,
I must say it must be something to do about Liverpool Football Club. They've had a really rough week, haven't they?
Yeah, I think must be feeling the consequences of that, the side effects of it.
Yeah, it's like when they saw that high, they win their first ever Premiership, and then they come crashing down the season after. A bit similar to what Leicester City did.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm a Spurs fan. I mean, we've never won anything.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate for us.
Well, you might love this. I was digging through my dad's old days record collection, found one of Spare's anthems
Oh
from
god.
years ago
Oh god.
on record. My dad's not a football fan, but somehow he had this record. So that was quite amusing for me to find. We've got our drivers already out of on outlets. Who we got? We got Ratchet, and Wild Gamer.
Yeah. Well, so Wild Gamer. Speaking of Wild Gamer, so you're looking at your comments. He did mention in that during that Q2 that he messed up the last lap on the chicane, on that fast chicane. But I managed to obviously stay in top 10.
I was just about to read that. Yeah. Well, we've got Meg Joan, yes, Joe, big capital letters. Okay. Let's see how he does in Q3 after that fantastic lap he did.
He didn't get around it. That damaged another wing. He's damaged 3 wings or 2 wings in 2 quality sessions so far.
Well, he's lucky that Enzo Ferrari's not around anymore because he would punish him like crazy for that kind of behaviour. Matthew Green, that lap felt nice, although he did miss the apex at turn 12.
I had to lift off.
But he held turn 12 very nicely.
He did. In all fairness, he did that very, very well and stayed within the track limits, so you can't really argue with that. Nearly a perfect lap from him.
He did say he had to lift off, but if he didn't lift off, he would have spun that car, guaranteed.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes it's better off just to lift. I said this is only Q2, so it was fast. As long as it's fast enough, not losing seconds of time. You're losing a split second, you should be safe, especially on a softer tyre. So he's done the right thing there. A couple of messages one message I got read out is from Raukio asking me if I'm excited for Tier 2. Obviously, we race in the Saturday League, Translation Saturday League, and I'm in Tier 2 myself. And he says him and Get Carter are teammates, and they're going to be competing for the constructors.
Oh, nice.
Well, let's just say I've been practicing, Raukio. Don't worry, mate. I've been practicing. I don't intend to be in Tier 2 for too much longer.
Well, I was just spoken to someone from Transnation who I might be joining the commentary team over there myself.
Wait. Obviously, you're joining us as well.
You might be hearing a lot more of me.
You'll be joining us with the new improved Tea Time Friday League with our new sponsor. Should be fun.
All interesting. So we're just Ratchet now coming around uphill onto Ascari.
I've been on board with King's Home, hoping he'd crash, but he hasn't, so I'm just going to stay on board with him watching his lap.
You're really tempted it now. So Ratchet's now coming around Prost as he heads down the home straight now to set the first fast time of Q3, and that time is a 1:21.6, a very respectable starting time.
Okay, my 1:21.5. Percy, 1:19.8. There we go. That's what we came here to see.
Called it. We knew we would get that on a soft tyre.
We did say they can go about a second faster, so there you go.
But Kingsholm wasn't far off that time, so let's see if he can pull a few more temps out of that time and get a bit closer.
1:21.6 from Kingsholm, beaten by Twitch or AK Raukio. Who else we got? Let's have a look with Matty. What will Matty do? Can't blame me for crashes because he's on a straight. Matty 1:22.1. See, Matty, that's what happens. I'm not on board with you, mate. You set a 1:22. You need me on board with you. That's what it is. You're on edge of the track. You're on the edge of the limit. That's what you need.
So we've got Angelos, who's put a 1:22.1. He is he's 65 thousandths in front of Matty Bot.
Very, very close here. Obviously, the only one not setting a lap so far is Japoa. Currently sitting in 10th place.
Is that a good place to start, isn't it, 10th place?
Not bad, especially if... I say there's no point now trying to save tyres because obviously they start on the tyre they set the... Q2
fast
time
lap on last time.
Yeah. Which I think this was good. Do you remember when they didn't do this and it was Q1, Q2, Q3, and then you'd have a whole team opted not to set a lap during Q3 but save a set of tyres.
Yes, yes. But also, could you remember the time when he actually used Albert Park as a test out of the qualifying shootouts?
Oh, I hated it.
Um,
I hate.
that was a very rare occasion. They tried it out once. Seeing the public reaction was very negative, and they binned it. But then it doesn't work for F1, but it would work for races such as Rallycross or Rally, anything off road. It will definitely work that way.
Yeah. I think it's difficult because obviously when you go into F1, the faster cars like say Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull would set their fastest time, and then they wouldn't come out again. So that once
Yeah, of course.
once it was their turn to come out, they wouldn't come out. And I was like, well, this is kind of pointless. We're watching 10 minutes of literally nothing because everyone's in the garage.
Yeah.
So yeah, doesn't work. I think the only thing what they were trying to think of as well, that there was talks of doing a reverse grid or something on a Saturday, reverse grid race, which I don't know would work on. I know that Formula 2 do it, but I don't think it'd work with F1. You'd still get the same order, I believe.
Well, it's more the fact that you'll have drivers purposely slowing down
Oh, of
to
course, yeah.
get the better position, and that's what Mercedes was against.
Yeah, 'cause
Because
say
if
if
you're
you've
not
got a
gonna, if
bad
you're not
quali
gonna,
lap, then yeah, you can save your you're in the Red Bull, which is we know is going to be arguably on the fighting for the front row of the grid, and they slow down purposely to make sure that they're in, first place. Then it's kind of not fair, really.
yeah.
I say,
Because Max Verstappen has proven that the Red Bull can stay in front of a Mercedes if it
yeah,
starts out in front.
should be good for next season. Obviously, we're not going to be seeing this track until later on in the year, it's not going to be the same, I think, for my eyes. Since I've been born, really, I've always remembered Australia being the first race of the season. It's going to be a bit strange, but at least it's not going to be cancelled like it was last year.
Well, that'll be, yeah, that'd be unfortunate if it was. So I'm just going to run through the timings as we get the halfway point of the Q3. So I've got Percy 119.8, Valkyrie 120.1, Kingston 120.6, Get Carter 121.2, Flea 121.2, Valgame 121.5, Ratchet 121.6, Argelos at 122.1, and Mattabot 122.1. Japoa still yet to put in the time.
You got another comment from Wild Gamer. Do you want to have a little read of that one?
Oh, lawnmower racing doesn't even have qualifying, so it's just a random event. Oh, sorry, a random order. Sorry, random grid. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
random
couldn't see
grid.
it. I was like the little line in front.
That'll
Yeah,
be
well, but
interesting in F1,
he's
I
got the
think.
race. He's got a racecraft, doesn't he, about him? So he'd understand about where to put a vehicle,
Yeah.
really, even if it is either a lawnmower or one car. But both of them are open top, so he's got that advantage as
That's
well.
probably the only an open wheel. Probably that's the only similarities. What is the speed you can get Wild Gamer? Out of curiosity, on the lawnmower. Oh, we got
It'd
a
be faster
snidey
than a
comment from
Ferrari.
May. We got got a snidey comment from May. Oh, it's
Yeah, just a load of Ferrari F1 cars. Wow.
oh, you're not wrong. In all fairness, you're not wrong.
I said something similar, so
Ratchet has gone fourth place on a 121.0, so he should have enough time to get round and come back in. I'm not sure if he'll actually. I don't know. Actually, he'll be very close to him. I've set another lap. Unless he slows down, I'm not too sure what he would do for that. Obviously, these tyres will all be wasted because this is all just for a shootout for the number one spot. These tyres can be wasted as much as they can. Then Wild Gamer is the next one to cross the line, or will be, with Japawa behind. So who do you want to be on board with? Wild Gamer or Japawa?
oh, I don't know. Should probably go back up. See out.
I believe so. Oh no, it's not him. Oh, never mind. That ain't Japawa. That is Ratchet. So the one behind him is Agelos.
Oh, Ratchet has invalidated that lap.
That's a shame. So I want to jump more with Agelos, see what he can do. We have Wild Gamer about to cross the line for his first
Alright,
attempt. or second attempt at the
Japoa is
number
now
one
out.
spot.
The Japoa has actually finally come out. So whatever issue that was stopping it from coming out is all being resolved. And let's see what kind of pace he's got.
The flags ahead. I believe that's just Japan moving out the way of the guys on their faster lap. Good awareness from him.
Wild Gamer with a comment about 40th, so 40 miles per hour, roughly, that you're going to get from a lawnmower. That's
quite terrifying. That's quite quick for a lawnmower.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that. I would actually crap myself on a lawnmower because on the lawnmower. I'm guessing you got no real on a go-kart. 40 mile an hour is quite nice because you're spread out along the floor, aren't you? On a go-kart, on a lawnmower, you're high up. So if you turn too quick, you're gonna go over.
Or you hit a hay bale, you're going to go flying.
What's the worst injury you've seen doing lawnmower racing? I'm sure there must be some broken arms involved in that. Matty again. Sounds about right for a Ferrari. Agalos has invalidated his lap, so he's going to have to go around again.
Right, so let's have a look. Japoa now on his fast lap. This is his first fast lap of Q3, so this has got to be spectacular if he is going to be challenging.
Wild Gamer goes 5th on a 121.1. I'm going to jump on board with Kingsholm. He's the first one in this queue. So it'll be Kingsholm, then Flea. One bite, so we'll see who wins in his little battle. Kingsholm's got purple 1. What has Flea gone? Oh, Flea didn't go purple 1. There we go.
We've got all 10 cars out on track.
Time has just come up.
So whatever time they're set now is what they're going to be finishing with.
So I think the order will be Kingsholm followed by Flea, then by, I believe that is Japoa. Is Japoa behind Flea?
I believe so. I'm on board with Japoa at the moment, so we'll see how he does, because with him not setting a time lap at the moment until now, this is quite important.
There I go. So Kingsholm will cross the line. He's not going to be in the top 119s. He's coming in 3rd. What can Flea do? Flea stays where he is.
Japoa 121.3 puts himself in 8th provisionally.
Matty Bot's coming over next to see where he can go. I think it's a bit slower. It's a tiny bit faster. Goes into 9th.
Get Carter.
6th place for Get Carter.
Doesn't improve in his time.
Wild Gamer. He's just going to slip 30 seconds slower, so that's not worried about him. I'd rather see a crash in the background there.
Percy. Percy with a 119.5.
I might need to rewind that, because I think Aguilos just charged into the wall.
I just seen it come up saying he's retired from the session. I didn't realise what happened there.
Let me have a little look on
Did he come in a bit too hot round 10-16?
Let's have a little look, see if I can fast forward it, because I think I had a background view. I'm not sure it was intentional or not, so we'll find out.
Obviously, if the stewards want to have a look into that, they could ask for the footage.
Let's have a little look and see.
Matty Bot with my lap was messed up 10, 12 and 15. I think it is. 10, 15 is the second to last corner, which is the slowest corner of the circuit, really. Having to slow right down and basically bring yourself back in. So the order that we've got is Percy, then Ralchio, Kingsholm in 3rd, Ratchet in 4th, Wild Gamer in 5th, Get Carter in 6th, Flea in 7th, Japoa in 8th, Matty Bot in 9th, and 10th with Agalos. Yeah, that was. So yeah, he messed up on 10-15.
Yeah, it looks like it. But he's gone to that corner too quickly, gone straight into the wall there.
That's if you put the power down too early, it's like the Wall of Champions at Canada. Very similar to what could happen at 10-5 as well. If you come around Helios a bit too quick, which you shouldn't really be able to do that, and you don't turn early enough, up at Whiteford. You are basically putting that front wheel into that wall.
Something you
So
don't
we're
want to
now,
be doing today. We've got a nice sunny day, but looks like it.
yeah,
Get the sunscreen out. We'll bathe in the sunlight while these guys are just getting their setups ready for the race. It would be good right now if we can see like a potential grid walk, you know, like we're getting like a helicopter view over the grids and you can see people just standing around cars and stuff rather than seeing
yeah, or
garages.
even or like basically a track view at the top,
Yeah,
just so you can so everybody can see how big this track is.
anything would do rather than seeing the garage. We've seen enough garages today.
Yes.
Session will be underway in a few seconds. Quickly have a formation lap as well around the track. There you go. Oh, pit strategy there. So medium hards is recommending, or medium soft medium. That's for Percy. Not sure I agree with that
Yeah.
personally.
Medium, soft, medium sounds a bit defensive. It sounds like like, you know, where you're not going to conserve the tires as much. You're going to put more
Yeah.
speed down, but you need to conserve a bit of your tires really to make yourself more balanced, a bit more competitive really, because you don't want to be sticking on medium tires if you can put on another set of softs.
No, definitely not. Looking at the tyre choices, obviously we know the top 10. Oh, we've got 2 invalidations already. Here we go. Uh, the top 2 going on mediums of Percy and Raukio. Then we have Kingsholm, Ratchet, Gamer, Get Carter, Flea, Japoa, Matibot, and Agalos all on softs. And here we go. This is the interesting bit. This is the 3 choices because obviously they're outside the top 10. Non-human, or basically everyone other than Death Dragon, Valentine, Grizzle Sticks, and Frida have gone for mediums, and those guys have gone for hards. So like, see, what's your view on the hards, Gaz? I don't personally like them. What do you think?
See, the hards for most drivers is that tire that if you look into these long stints at the beginning, um, you're kind of looking for the 20 laps out of these hard tires really to go onto a soft tire for the end. Um, although you're losing so much pace, you're losing 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds per lap with the hard tires,
Yeah.
and you're weighing that option with an extra pit stop. So it's what you can get out of them really.
And also my issue with all of them is like, if there is a safety car like early on in the race, you're still very limited to what you can do. You've got to stay on those hards, which means the cars behind can put the faster tyres on, and you're going to lose grounds either way. So it kind of backs you into a corner a little bit starting on the hards.
I always tend to say on this kind of circuit, I'm never going to start on hard. But if you can put me in a circuit such as Monaco, where passing is going to be hard, put me on in a lower 10 positions, stick a set of hards on, go as long as you can, and finish on softs. Or do the opposite, start on softs, hope for an early safety car and get on the hards and just stay out there. That's the only time when the hards are coming effective, is when you've got slow cars. And here we go, starting again.
Good clean start from everyone. A bit of shuffling in the back. Looks like everyone got away cleanly. And I say that as a Ferrari spun round, a Red Bull spun round. There's a couple of cars. We have a full yellow caution. There's a couple of damages I definitely saw there. A lot of changes, a lot of penalties coming on as well.
A lot of penalties just pinged up there.
Let's have a look and see what happened. I had my view on. Nothing.
Didn't expect the lights to go that quick.
No.
We normally have a little bit of a wait, and
The
that
light is out, as you can
is
see.
eventful. So
Checking on what actually happened there. Got a couple of movement at the back, just cars letting each other pass, which is going to cause an issue because they're going to get penalties in a minute if they ain't careful. Here we go. Grid has screwed up for us a little bit. I can't tell where anyone is, but we'll wait a few seconds. Should fix it in a minute. So penalties. Have a look at these penalties. Who we got? So Flea, Tia, Valentine, Kingsholm, Freedoms with 15-second penalty. El Stefano and Gaz. A lot of penalties there, and they're all contact penalties. There'll be a lot of changes of wings, I believe, as we come into this. Let's have a look at wing damages. We've got Flea got away with it, looks like. Tears got a slight wing damage on his end plate. Also, could possibly have damage. Valentine, has he got away cleanly? Looks like he has. Oh, Kingsholm again with a... See, Enzo Ferrari's going to be coming at you, mate. He does come into the pits, change that wing. WLK's got no wing whatsoever. Unbelievable here.
A speed in the pit lane now for Agalas.
Not what you want to see, especially after he just had another penalty as well. A lot of these guys will be serving a lot of their penalties now, but Freedom's got 15 seconds of penalties. So during that, he must have been hit about 3 or 4 times.
I'm just jumped onto the while the safety car is out. Jumped onto the incidents log, and we have got a lot of collisions in the first lap. Seems like a lot of drivers coming from the back, just not braking in time, hitting drivers in front.
Not what you want to see. It's not going to get you anywhere closer to the prize at the end of the season for the Jensen Button Award.
Yes, guys, come on. There's like warnings from like top Joe for Agalos, Death Dragon, Valentine, Tia, Gaz, Freedom, Kingzone, Matty Boss, and then we've got actually penalties for Flea, Tia, Valentine, El Stefano, Freedom, Gaz, Kingzone, Freedom again. So that is ignoring yellow flag and a collision with WLK Argos 1 place gain. That's a lot of penalties, and then 2 speed in the pit lane.
Yeah, must have been a massive incident. So we had a comment I saw on your stream. It just said it was wild game or what happened to Joe. I'm not entirely sure, but during that start we did see Joe facing the wrong way and was hit a few times there. So there must have been some sort of contact through turn 2 and possibly started a chain reaction with everyone else. Have to wait and see. Hopefully we'll talk to Joe into the race and find out what happened. Or you guys can ask him yourself. We'll have to wait and see on that one.
It'll definitely be brought up an incident one way or another.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's something that, if I was going to shoot this on my own, I'd be asking for all everybody's footage from that beginning just to sort it out.
Yeah, because the more footage, even if you wasn't involved in it personally, so if you've seen it, you can give a different angle of what happens.
Yeah.
This is what my point about if we had the option of seeing a replay camera right now, because obviously at the moment we're stuck watching the safety car go around. If we had a replay, we can then go back and see the video and see the clip of what actually happened. But unfortunately, we can't do that at the moment.
It'd be kind of ideal for this kind of situation.
Yeah.
To reflect on what's just happened and why we've got drivers such as Kingsholm, who was in third at the beginning, sitting down in 20th.
I'll be happy. The non-humans, they put on the soft tyres during all of that. Also, we've got a message from Meg on your stream again. I reckon an incident happened which caused several other incidences. Yeah, basically, I reckon it's a big chain reaction. Safety car will be in this lap.
Bit like what happened at which second was it? Imola?
Yeah. Oh yeah, with the heavy braking after the safety car.
Yeah, was it Imola?
Or
was it the other one?
Was that? I don't think it was Turkey.
It was one of the Italians. I'm trying to. It's not Imola. If it wasn't Imola, it wasn't Monza. What's the last one?
It was the other one. The other one, whatever that one was. Yeah, I
the
remember
the one that's actually closest to Ferrari.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but I remember Tuscany. The track. Tuscany.
It was the Tuscany one. Yeah, there we go. We got there in the end. It's because it's not a regular circuit on the F1 calendar, which is why we kind of like have to sit and think.
Yeah, we can't name it off the top of our heads.
Yeah, it was like the Imola, something in Tuscany.
Safety car has been
And here we go,
released.
safety cars in and go, off we go.
Percy, 1.3 seconds ahead already in one corner. He got a brilliant start
Wild
there.
Gamers, Wild Gamer is hounding Valkyrie right now, up to 10-3.
Got a lot of pressure, Raukio. Hopefully hold it together, but we'll see what happens. They go together quite nicely there. We have more yellows in the back, I believe. I've just seen something happen. Another car's off the track, and it's Matty.
Oh, oh,
He does.
oh, Matt, if you cursed him again,
I wasn't on him.
you've
I
jinxed him
wasn't
again.
on. I wasn't on him. Raukio looks
Well,
like he's
Wild
losing the
Gamer,
place as well.
Wild Gamer tried to make a move around the outside of Clark, but had to stick behind when it comes into Fittipaldi. But it looks like he will make the move when he gets the hill, because he's that close.
Oh, more wing damage at the back here. Flea with wing damage. And I did see another little bunch
Oh,
up.
Wild Gamer spins! I think I've cursed him. He spins at 10-12, puts a bit too much emphasis on the throttle and spins it. He's lost his wing. He is facing the wrong way right now. So he's going to have to look for the best opportunities to turn. I kind of want to jump on board of him, see where he is. He is still facing the completely wrong way. He's allowed every car to go past him to keep it safe. Well done, Wild Gamer, even though you did spin. That is kudos to yourself there for being very fair.
Yeah, definitely. Look, we did like to see that. You don't want to cause anyone else to go out with you. As we see Flea heading into the pits, had a bit of damage there. Not too sure what occurred with that one. There was a lot of cars bunched up together, and he was involved in another incident. So hitting again. So he's not going to be happy with himself. He's put on the hard tyres, trying to go to the end from here. Oh, Gaz is also in the pits as well. Matty's retired.
Oh, Matty.
What is happening today? Oh,
I
big
think
crashes,
Matty's
big
crashed out.
crashes. That has caused a chain reaction again. We have another safety car as we see Jim Strav is also out of this race.
That
Oh,
is
and
coming
another
into
more contact here at the back.
I'll get Carter spinning out. This is 10-5 onto 10-6. That's a little wiggle. But at least get Carter is still able to go. But that's Jim Strav and Matty are both out after the incident. Get Carter seems like he's struggling with the handling of that McLaren. Reserve driver spinning out a little at Clark.
Yeah,
Safety car being out.
his tyres will be massively
so
overheated right now, so he will have no rear grip whatsoever. See how he handles the fast chicane. He does.
Ratchet jumping in the pits now, taking the opportunity of the second safety car, getting off those soft tyres. I think that this is the opportunity for people who started on softs to switch over to the hard tyres.
Yeah, possibly. They definitely can go to the end from here. So it'll be interesting to see who does
medium
what.
tyres will not last. But I'd actually jump on mediums and then stick a set of softs to near the end. Personally.
Yeah, I think I would personally as well. I think it also gives you another option in case the safety car does come out again later on.
Of course, yes, it does.
You've got
If you stick a set of hards on, then you're going to be losing pace, which means you'll lose positions, and then.
And you're kind of like literally, that is you done for the season, the race.
Yeah.
You're on them tyres no matter what happens. Yep. Three drivers lost now, so it's a bit of a shame, really. We've just lost again. WLK's out the race. Not too sure where he lost that then. But Percy has caught up safety car, so they are going to be bunching up. But so far, Gaz and Wild Gamer are literally on the other side of the river or the lake. They've got a long way to go.
Here's another stupid random fact. 10-13 Ascari is actually the most common named corner in F1 circuits.
Really?
Yeah, there's more 10s named Ascari than anything else.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, there's a little facts. I'm full of them.
How many crashes have we had so far in this race?
Well, there's actually, I had a little count. There was like 5 separate incidents on the first corner, really, well, the first few corners, and that's just there. Now we've got 3 drivers out. Wild Gamer spin out earlier, and I've got a message from Wild Gamer going. I've got a message from Joe saying thanks, mate. So I think I hit him. So obviously, Wild Gamer will at the end as well have to go through his footage to see if he can see anything like that. Obviously, we didn't see anything involving the contact
I'm
between
gonna
Wild
see if I
Gamer
can try and get in some people that we have seen DNF and see if we can have a little chat with them. Let's have a look and see if they are up for talking.
try and get Matthew on board. I want to find out what happened. Because Matty obviously had that spin probably at turn 5 on the way to turn 6 and Doomstar collided with him by the looks of it. But we'll need to hear from him really. So if we can get him on board.
Yeah, we'll try and get a message from him and see what happens. We are still stuck behind a safety car at the moment. We have a few more penalties. So Freedom's still got a penalty, I believe it's from earlier though. It's down to 10 seconds. Tier's got 10 seconds and Gamer's got 5. So there you go.
Yeah, you can only save 5-second penalties at a time, or a 1 10-second penalty when it comes to pit stops at the moment. I think that's just Codemaster's strict rule.
Yeah. So if I was in Freedom's position, I'd possibly would have pitted again. 1, to get off them hard tyres, and 2, to serve another penalty. Yeah, I'll be at the back of the grid,
Yeah.
but obviously it's better in the long run, I believe, to be on that different strategy and obviously less penalties.
Yeah, and safety car is in on this lap, so we will be seeing the racing starting again soon. Let's see if Percy can get another quick start.
I'm gonna while you talk for this, I'm gonna try and get Matty in and see if I can add him to the chat if he does join.
So Percy now bunching up the pack, warming up those tyres. He's actually in a very healthy position at the moment because the people behind him are either on the same tyre or harder, and he just goes off a little bit on our screen, but that could be a little glitch.
And yet again, the gap he's pulled between Raukio is unreal.
Oh, that is amazing. He times it so well. It's what, 1.6? It was like he's up over a second already. That was a fantastic start. But Raukio also got a bit of time over Whistlesticks as well. So how quick did Percy get away?
Unreal. Really unreal.
Because Raukio wasn't slow. Oh, I think he went a little bit wide there, but I think there might be a little bit of
at the back.
Glitch.
More contact at the back. We saw, who was that there? Gaz hitting the back of someone, or was it Matty? Matty hitting the back of someone. Yeah. Hit
was you on board with him again?
I was around him. I was around him. I wasn't actually on him.
I don't think you might not even have to be on him anymore. I think you just jinxed him from this race.
It's just unreal. It's unreal. I can't say anything. I'm sorry. A big crash again. It's Rizzlesticks. Rizzlesticks has lost it.
I was just about to drop down to see that gap, and then that happened.
Oh, I was just watching a battle behind, and I saw that happen. But yeah, big crash into the wall there from him. Looks like he's okay, but got a bit of damage. Obviously, he will need to sort out. A lot of bunches up around the back here. We have a battle between Freedom's Wild Gamer, Gaz, and Flea. And then just ahead of them, we have another little battle with the rest of the grid. A long old train. More contact from Flea, hitting the back of Gaz. Both of them are okay. Freedom's into the pits. Wow.
Death Dragon and Valentine are battling wheel to wheel at the moment as they come down the Albright straight. Absolutely fantastic wheel to wheel, and Death Dragon makes it happen. But then Japoa is also in there wheel to wheel with Valentine, and it looks like this battle could be going all the way around the circuit because they're not giving anybody a second. And we've got Kingsholm, who is also pouncing, ready to go around Japoa. So this is a four-way battle really for third. But El Stefano is also in the mix. So these are very, very close.
Yeah, and also Non-Human and Ratchet are right behind these as well, with Tier closing up and Get Carter. So it just shows you how close these guys are in this little train we've got forming. Everyone seems to get around the fast chicane very easily. A lot of push, a lot of shoving around, a lot of moving and to and fro. King's Hole makes a brilliant move up the side there into 5th place. Oh, more contact at the back. That was, I believe that was Ratchet hitting the rear end of El Stefano. Both of them are okay though.
Get Carter moving up on tier, and the pit window is actually open for the medium tyre strategy. So medium tyres have actually been given a 10-lap lifespan rather than softs like we originally thought. Get Carter so close to Ratchet at the moment, while Gamer made a move on tier, so they had a nice little battle between them two drivers.
I'm just talking to Matty. Matty can't join the interview, unfortunately, but he said that there was obviously a car spinning up. We believe that was Get Carter, and it came back on across track and obviously made contact with him. Nothing he can really do about it. So it's one of them incidents, I believe. Just gonna have to go back here. There's another little bunch forming. I'm not too sure what is happening. It's between Flea, Gaz, and Tia. As Flea Gaz get past Gaz up into 12th place.
Tier went wide at turn 5, which meant that is the reason why he dropped down a few places. Get Carter is making a move on Ratchet and makes it complete. Does he stick it out? He does. Oh, little touch from non-human, spins him out and he crashes into the wall. I think he's only front wing damage, but he would have to be extra careful there.
Oh, I was very close to being collected there by the 3 cars battling. Ratchet as well there to stay out of the way. What else we got? I think someone else headed to the pit there.
So that's
El Stefano.
It looks like Tier and Ratchet have both gone into the pit as well.
A lot of damage here that's going to happen today. Flea as well has gone into the pits again. A lot of damage happening today. There's going to be a lot of debris on track. I think a normal situation, normal race in the real world, I think the safety car has been out about 3-4 times to clear debris up. As we see non-human collecting the wall. Again, I wasn't on board with non-human. I was on board with the car behind. And I saw him collect the wall there. That's more damage on the track as Get Carter goes to make a move on him. Non-humans should be moving out of the way, hopefully, with that damage. He won't be able to turn very well, and does. Get Carter up in the 7th. Non-humans are going to be falling down the grid very quickly. This is the battle in left, right, centre today.
While Gamer is closing in on non-human at the moment.
Just throw out there, Percy so far winning this race is a 3 seconds, or nearly 3 seconds, or 3.3 now, ahead of Raul Keogh. As Raul Keogh is heading into the pits.
Well, he's well, apart from Raul Keogh, we've got Percy and Death Dragon yet to pit, so it'll be quite interesting to see how these go at the end. We've got non-human going into the pits now to do that repair. So Death Dragon will push and push and push to get onto a set of soft tyres for the end.
Reading the chat again, sorry. Yeah, Wild Gamer has got a message from Joe saying, thanks, mate. So he thinks he hit him. As speaking of Joe, he's had a half spin while I was on board with him. And he chopped down into 5th place. I thought he was about to make a move for 3rd, but now he's had a bit of unstuck there and into 5th place.
We've got...
So yeah, so Wild Gamer, I think Joe believes there was contact with him and Wild Gamer. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. So we have someone called Cons in your YouTube chat as well, saying these past 2 races have been a shambles.
Well, there has been a few contacts. Contact does happen through wheel-to-wheel racing. That does happen. Accidents do happen every day, really. So we can't really comment on that. But we do promote clean driving, which is why we are using doing the Jensen Button Award for those clean drivers, or rewarding them for that. So we are aiming for a cleaner race as the season goes along.
Obviously, don't forget as well, these guys, it's their first proper season together. So a lot of the first few races are going to be ironing out how much they can trust each other, and over to what degree and all this kind of stuff, and like people's braking habits and acceleration habits. As Flea is retired, then we'd had the Flea, and he's lost it on the fast chicane.
Yeah, that's 10, 12. Obviously, he must have put the wheels too much over on the grass and spun his car.
Yeah, definitely. Unfortunate from him. DxT has
A
come out.
virtual safety car.
Oh, freedom, a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Another penalty for him. Who else we got? Let's have a little look. A bit more gaps forming. Percy obviously still 9.5 ahead of Death Dragon. Brelkio, after his pit stop, has come out in 8th. Have a close battle here for, well, essentially for 4th place between Valentine, Kingsholm, Get Carter, and Wild Gamer. All very close together on track.
So virtual safety car's gone now, so this is going to be an epic battle between these drivers.
Oh, non-human picks up a penalty. A drive-through for speeding under the pit under the VSC. That's going to really affect his race there. Jump. We have another car out. Ratchet is off on the grass. What happened to him?
And that's up at Marine.
Oh, he's left session. Okay, so he will need to come back and try and retire from the race. Because he's literally left with his car still going. I will try and invite him back in. Hopefully it's not... He's lost connection and not just left.
Well, we've got Valentine and Kingsholm battling away. Now around tier 5 and on to tier 6. So this is a very close battle between these. We've got Wild Gamer and Get Carter also within reaching distance of them too.
I'm going to quickly message Ratchet as well and just inform him he needs to retire his car if he's going to quit, if he's going to leave.
Of course. So there's a huge gap between Valkyrie and El Stefano, which means that all the drivers in the top 10, in the top 8, have got the opportunity of a free pit stop basically from that with that gap. Especially Percy, who will need to take a pit very soon.
Old Gamer's still right behind Valentine. Non-human is now left. Again, he's left during the race. He has not retired the car, so that's another one that will need to be messaged.
I think non-human might actually be down to a connection issue, maybe.
Let's try and invite him back in.
He was glitching a little bit earlier.
Oh, Get Car's
Get
retired.
Cart.
Well, I can't even see what happens. I'm on this other view. Try and get non-human back in.
Well, it looks like he's actually retired in the pits.
Oh, yeah, he's given up from the race. Not sure why though. He's sitting in a point score position.
He was sitting in a push position, and you would have got clean racing clean racing points for finishing a race really as well. So complete races are the criteria really for those basically gift awarding points really.
Brelkio's gone up the inside of Valentine up into 6th place.
Currently below Japoa, it looks like Japoa is falling behind of Death Dragon, but it keeps going up and down, so it'll be quite interesting to see how that goes, because he's now thundering back, and that's going to be a close battle, and I believe that there is a 3-second penalty for Japoa, but also Japoa has actually done a stop as well, so he's in the preferential position right now. Whether he can make those hard tyres last to the end is the main question.
Yeah, instead they've got to go a long way.
but a lot of position changes, like Death Dragon's up 10 places, Japan up by 3, Kingston down 1. While Gamer is currently in the same position he started in. Valkyrie's down 4, Valentine up 8, El Stefano up 8, Matibot in the same position. Tia on up 3, Gaz up 6, Freedom up 8. Sorry? I thought you said something then. And then we've got Visual Sticks up 6, and then Non-Human Ratchet down 3 and 11 respectively. So, a lot of changes in the race. And Non-Human is joined back on with us.
Yeah, he's now back in the race. Thank God for that. We won't see Ratchet join back. He said he's had enough, so he's not going to be seen again. Raukio is making a move on Wild Gamer up into 6th. Oh, sorry, up into 5th from 6th. Goes a bit wide on the break-in, but does see that move done. Got a long way to go to catch back up to where he was. And we have Gaz retired from the race now. In the same spot.
It looks like another turn 12.
Yeah, it is another turn 12. So guys, be careful if you're listening to our stream. Safety car is out. Safety car is going to be out. Chance now for guys with what, 12 laps to go, change their strategy possibly. On board now, waiting to see when Percy will pick up what he will do as well. I believe he'll put on the softs, the mediums to the end now. I don't think he'll make the jump to softs because it's a long way to go on those tyres. He is coming in. Release his Rizzle sticks from being a lapped car. I'll appreciate that. Oh, soft tyres for Percy. Long way to go.
12 laps of soft tyres?
Long way to go for soft tyres. I think I would have personally played it safe to put on the mediums.
But he started on mediums, so if he puts on the mediums, he's basically limiting his choice near the end.
Yeah,
if he puts on the soft tyres now, he could actually have an option of, depending if a safety car comes out, whether he, after this again, he could go on to another set of soft tyres or hard tyres at the end.
On Humans left again, I will try and invite him back again.
So safety car back out. I feel sorry for Percy at the moment because he's 20 seconds clear of Japower. And that's going to be cut right down now because of the safety car. Freedom sitting in 12th has actually done 5 pit stops.
I got a message from Get Carter that I can't really read out on stream, but Get Carter, any issues you do have, just talk to King Tom about it. Not too happy with some of the drivers' racecraft, but we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it's as we were saying before, this is a completely brand new league. This is a start of it. So we are still looking for the cleanest drivers, rewarding those clean drivers as well. So it's quite important that any instances you do see, just report them rather than express your anger in like deconstructive ways, I would say.
Fingers crossed. Said obviously you will get used. The driver will get better. We have got Flea to join us on the stream. Welcome, Flea. Make sure your mic is enabled to be heard on stream as well. I'm pretty sure it would be, but just in case, I call it the TP rule. Okay, let's just have a look. I've got a message coming through from Matty. He's writing it in the Discord. Wait and see what happens with that. Still waiting for the cars to catch up to safety car.
There we go.
So welcome, Flea. How are you? Obviously not had a good day today, racing-wise.
No, it just all went up in the air really, and well, hey ho, these things happen really. Sometimes you have a good race, sometimes it's a terrible race, it just didn't go your way. You win some, you lose some.
I believe it was the 10-12 incident for yourself, wasn't it?
Uh, yeah, it was the fast chicane, just
Yeah.
the DRS straight, just pushing too hard and, well, just lost it.
Well, it happens a lot. Even professionals been out at 10-12 quite often. So you're up there with the greats. So don't worry about that. Even though you did crash out, how did you feel the race went up until then?
Could have been better. I mean, there were some moments where it was just a bit like dodgems, I hate to say, but sometimes you've got to expect some stuff like that.
So we can see your teammates in P1 basically racing strong.
Yeah,
Have you spoke to them? Yeah, go on,
sorry.
sorry. I was just going to say, have you spoke to them much about the racing setup and see if you can compare notes?
Not really. We just really jump into a party just before the race, so we've not really had much time to talk. But he's been doing exceptional, to be honest.
It showed some really fast pace when it was back at Spain as well. Unfortunately, he had a few little minor incidents, but at one point leading the race by 30 seconds was quite an amazing amount of time. But it looks like you got a really good partner alongside you, so constructor could be go to Red Bull.
Here's hoping, at least. Here's hoping.
Oh, yeah,
You do
so
know the
far.
last
Sorry,
sorry,
carry
go on. I was going to say the last time a Scottish person was in a Red Bull, it didn't do so well, did it?
on.
David Coulthard.
Yeah, yeah. They didn't do the best, to be honest. But remembering also that the Red Bull were just starting out, so
Yeah,
give them we'll give them a bit of slack there. So
of course.
that was what, like 2004, 5, 6, sometime around there.
Yes, yes, it was. Yeah,
Yeah, because I think it was it Jaguar before. Like,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. You gotta love Red Bull because they do take on the Jaguar Fair lifestyle. A lot of people didn't know that Jaguar, when they advertised Ocean's 11 on their car, actually had £250,000 diamonds on the noses of the cars, and both of them crashed out. And both
Oh.
diamonds went missing.
Yeah, they went missing. Their marshals went home a
yeah,
lot richer that day.
air quotes.
Definitely
Yeah.
air quotes. So a message real quickly from Get Carter asks, Raukio wants to know if we're going to be doing interviews with the top 3 drivers today after the race.
I'm up for that. If they're available, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, you know me, I always like to talk. Obviously, with Raukio asking the question, Raukio's sitting in 5th. He's definitely got high hopes for the restart of this race.
Well, if you could talk a good race and actually do a good race, then definitely up for an interview. Then that'd be great. But we've just got the safety car is on its way in, so let's see if Percy can do another fantastic safety car restart.
He's pulled away already. Let's have a look. So last time he crossed the line, he was already a second ahead, or 1.4 seconds. Still still a second ahead. Is still very, very good on them starts. Not as good as the last two, but still brilliant nonetheless.
I think Japoa got a good start, and so did Death Dragon. Like Kingston's quite good at it. So like the drivers that are behind them right now, we're actually ready for it because they've had a bit of a warning for the last two safety cars.
Got a bit of movement on the back as Matty tries to go down the inside of both Flea and El Stefano, but only does Freedom, and only gets past El Stefano. A good move from Matty up into 9th place.
just watching Valkyrie on board with Valkyrie. He was actually watching between. You got a good view of the battle between Kingsome Japoa and Death Dragon because it's just in front of him. I think he's just waiting for the mistake. It's actually a fantastic three-way battle there for second, and third, and fourth. Well, Valkyrie's in the mix there at fifth. Absolutely brilliant battling. Percy
big crash at the back! Big crash at the back as Freedoms has hit Matty Bot. Matty Bot is out of the race. I'm not sure what happened there. That looked very nasty.
Car.
I'm trying to go back on my replay camera and have a little look, see what happened, see what I can see. Rewind it a little bit. Looks like a very nasty crash. It looked, I'm not sure. It looks like Freedoms and Matty Bot got a bit tangled up, and I'm not going to put past comment on who's to blame, but basically, one car forced another one into the wall. So it will looks like it from that point of view. Hopefully, it's not that, and we'll have a look at the end of this race. So
and it's at 10-12, so it could be like a little bit of lost traction.
Yeah,
that might have affected that.
It just looked bad from the angle we saw, but hopefully it should be okay.
There is sometimes when you do get a lot of races that do look a lot worse.
Yeah, fingers crossed on that one. So a couple of cars have chosen this opportunity to pit, so it shouldn't be too much longer. It's obviously helping out the guys on soft tyres because the less wear the better. Open up my live chat again, let's see.
There's only two people on the mediums right now, Japoa and Wild Gamer, so it's going to be quite interesting to see how they fare up.
Well, they are 4-lap old medium, so they should last until the end. It's the soft tyres that are 4 laps old with another 8 laps on top. That's where the grip could be lost. It'll be the Rizzo sticks, El Stefano and Freedom. They're actually going to have the best opportunity to be moving up after the safety car.
I think the only problem they could possibly have is they are stuck behind Ratchet, who is obviously a lapped car.
Yes.
That'll be difficult for them to make the move on him, but we'll wait and see. Hopefully the AI moves out of the way. Another option would be good that Codemasters bring in is that if the spectators have the option of black flagging drivers, so like this AI car, we can black flag and they'll be out the race, so they can move out the way, go back into the pits.
So Matty Bot's give us a little bit of an update. El Stefano lost it out of turn 12, and I was just behind him with Freedom behind him. He didn't have a chance to move out of his way, and hit him and collected Freedom in the process. So a spin out, like I said, a lost traction, and two drivers collided together.
Yeah, I think Freedom's lost traction forced them. Well, was going to force him into the wall, but obviously Matty took that bullet for him.
Yeah, I think it was El Stefano that lost traction, and then those two moved behind as they innocent parties, a bit like what happened with George Russell behind Giovinazzi.
It is unfortunate to see that.
It happens.
The car should be coming back round now anyway, so we should be hopefully in this lap again for the last time.
Yeah, well, that's everybody caught up to the safety car now, so it should be in this lap.
We say that, but
yeah, but with Codemasters.
We'll find out just before 10-11, or maybe not.
Taking a bit longer to kind of realise. There we go.
Oh, yeah,
in this
safety
lap.
car is in the lap.
So I'm going to jump on board
Percy.
with Percy, so we can see what it's like to have a good restart.
I'm
Actually, no, I want to do one better.
Dragon, so
oh, yeah, cool. Perfect. There you go. Non-human has rejoined.
You jump aboard and see what, you could see what time he basically decides to put the foot down. I can see what's the reaction from that.
Let's have a look.
Oh.
The safety car is just heading in now. Oh, Kingsholm has got a penalty. Well, definitely got a penalty there for collection. And he's gone full power now. Just after the corner.
Death Dragon reacted quite well, but not as well as you would have wanted to. But it's not a second up, and we're back racing.
Down to this now. Have a look at the back, see what these guys are doing on these fresh soft tyres. Ratchet's car is moving out the way of everyone, which is good to see. Freedom's had a little look down the inside and in the outside of El Stefano, but still El Stefano holds that 9th place.
Death Dragon's just purple sector 1. A fantastic lap, and he's closing in on Percy. So Percy might actually have a challenge for the end of this race.
Oh, more contact at the back. Wild Gamer has a spin. Tried to go down the inside of Valentine. Bit of contact there caused him to spin. Drops down into 10th place on those medium tyres.
A little bit eager there, Wild Gamer.
Yeah, just a tad. Just a tad, I think. I think he's felt the pressure of being on the slower tyre there. As we see in Raukio.
He knows he needs to make the moves early.
Yeah, Raukio as well, also putting in Chappella under pressure. Wait and see how this pans out. Percy seems to pull. Well, there you go. Percy's replied to Death Dragon catching him up. 1 minute 23 for fastest lap.
That's fantastic battle between these drivers. It's great to see. Obviously, we've had a few incidents along the way, but this seems like it's going to be a good finish to the race with Wild Gamer now trying to make amends for his aggressive tactics earlier.
Yeah, Raukio jumped up in the 4th place, overtaking Chappella, which I think was bound to happen. So he's got a 2.4 second gap to try and catch up to Kingsholm and the other guys up front.
Freedom there now pushing onto Rizzlesticks, putting a lot of pressure on Rizzlesticks. Applying that same kind of pressure onto Valentine, so this could be a three-way battle for 6.
The Wild Gamer, even though he's on those medium tyres, he's still keeping with El Stefano. Using a lot of ERS to do so though. But we've got a long way to go. Well, say a long way to go. We've got just over 4 laps, possibly. If my maths is right. Oh, Riddle's got a bit unstuck and he's just nearly collected the wall there. Not too sure what happened there. Drops down into 11th out of the points positions. Of course, we've got close having a little battle. Freedom's is catching up the back of Valentine's.
Wild Gamer's hounding the back of El Stefano.
Yeah, he's definitely struggling with the pace of those soft tyres. But those soft tyres around about now should be starting to fall off of their life. But with the safety cars, they should be feeling a lot fresher than they normally would be at this point in the race.
Of course, yes. Got a nice top view of Wild Gamer right now. Is absolutely fantastic as he comes up to 10, 9.
Yeah, that helicopter view, I would love to have that more freely in the game.
Oh yeah.
So you can control it yourself.
It gives you a better look into it. Control the helicopter yourself.
Yeah, to fly it around or something. Or like have the better angle or something of the cars. Something a bit different because I think it's a good camera angle. It's just not included enough.
Yeah.
Or even the option just to be on board with a helicopter or something. Have a helicopter view. Rather than having broadcast and TV pod, have broadcast, TV pod and helicopter. Freedom's,
yes.
Sorry, Valentine during that, he's let his teammate pass, so Freedom's up into 6th place. So good teamwork from them too. Obviously you knew that the driver behind had better tyres, so he released him to chase down Japawa.
Kingsholm is looking to make a move on Death Dragon. He's within that 0.7 of a second.
It's getting to the nut crunching time now. They need to really put everything into these last few laps now if they want any chance of bettering themselves. Wild Gamer's starting to fall off a little bit from El Stefano, but saying that, El Stefano made a mistake, and I could see a door open for a Wild Gamer. El Stefano defends it, defends the corner early, going wide. Good defending from El Stefano. Realised he made a mistake and saw fit to defend straight away, which has kept him in 8th place.
This battle in between El Stefano and Wild Game has also brought in Tia from to join in that battle as well. He's like, it looks like Tia will be in there in the next lap.
Yeah, he's definitely waiting for a movement here. All the guys right now are very low ERS, so they're all pushing extremely hard to try and stay ahead of the other. Let's wait and see what happens as we come round the next DRS section. A big fishtail from Wild Gamer, which could leave the door open for Tia. Wild Gamer done extremely well to hold on to that fish. He lost the back end of that car and just held it as much as he could.
Must be that lawnmower skills he's got.
Definitely. He definitely saw some grass needed to be cut there. Thought, you know what, let me just quickly do this before the end of the race. Brilliant from him. Brilliant control.
It's looking like a lot of the drivers with penalties. Valkyrie, Freedom, and El Stefano with no penalties to serve so far.
Yeah, Valkyrie obviously being so close to the front guys. What penalties have we got? Let's have a little look. Does it put him into first? It possibly does, you know. Let's see what the gap between the leader. He needs to gain 6 tenths in order to take the win of this race.
Oh, he just needs Percy to make a little bit more of a mistake and get another few seconds penalty. But penalties make massive changes to the leaderboard. But right now he's looking at second.
I want to leave the view on the leader view. We'll see exactly what he needs.
I've done the same. I've done the same because this is part when the
oh, Kingsholm spun! Kingsholm has spun!
No!
And he spun again!
Oh.
He's round again, so he just... Oh no, he's going to be fuming. He's not going to be happy. He lost the control there. Be very careful rejoining the track though. Oh, very, very careful there. He's now into 11th, so all that work he's done, he's now gone out of the window. Now in 11th place. Nearly took someone with him. He needs to be very careful when rejoining the track in future. Valkyrie needs to gain 4 tenths in order to have this race. This is going to be so close. It's all going to come down to what Percy can do. And if Death Dragon can pull along Valkyrie, that's all the more better for him. As Death Dragon picks up another penalty there, so just all the more shows that Valkyrie will take second. 3.4 the gap. Valkyrie didn't get DRS, so it's all going to come down to this. It's going to be so close.
So, jumping on board with Percy as he goes around the final 2 corners to finish off the first race of the Limitless Formula Racing.
Does very well. They use the always overtake to try and manage that gap. Oh,
was second.
Half a second.
Half a second.
Yeah, Ralkio coming out, going into the last corner and going through it, he got a bit shaky, so I just noticed that there. And Freedom
in third
place.
Wow,
up 17
unbelievable.
places.
Unbelievable.
After that crash he had at G1, finished just third. I think that's driver of the day, kind of like.
That's definitely.
I definitely have to agree with Co-Masters with that. And he was clean. He had no penalties against him. I'm just going to jump on board of the racing instances to have a look into them. They're quick.
I think if it wasn't for Kingsholm's crash, we would have had a interview. I believe Kingsholm would have been my driver of the day because he was at one point 20th. The comeback, what he did, it was unbelievable. But there you go. Your winner is Percy. Led the race basically from start to finish. Done very, very well. And the other two who wouldn't expect to be on the grid, Twitch, well, Ralkio and Freedom. So brilliant race from them guys. Let me just try and get these guys in. Have a little chat with the drivers here.
There has been quite a lot of incidents. Obviously, a lot of these will be looked into at the end of the race by the stewards. And quick mention again about the Jensen Button Award for those people unaware. All our clean drivers will be given a point on a point scoring system to see how well they performed as a clean race, and that there will lead to a potential winner of that little award, which is a real life prize, which is still to be completely decided, but is looking to be PlayStation Network credits.
I believe that. Yeah, I think that's a good prize for everyone. Everyone will love that.
Yeah, it suits it because it's all for what console we're using.
Just waiting quickly for Freedom's last to join. Hopefully he'll join soon. I'll quickly send him a message, see if he will be joining. That'll come through. Yeah. Can't find him on the Discord. Let's have a look, see if I can find him. Where is Freedom's on the Discord? What car is Freedom's racing? It's Alfa Romeo, isn't it?
Yeah. He's already invited, but he's not
he's invited. Yeah. What's he trying to find his Discord so I can message him, see if he is going to come in. I believe it's X Jam. There we go. There we go. Never mind. He's here.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. First of all, make sure that your chats or streams are enabled to be heard on our stream, so we make sure that your mic's enabled.
Enabled? Okay.
Yeah, just so that you heard on stream when we talk, ask questions and stuff. Yeah. I'll double check to make sure.
Yeah, it's on allow.
Okay, so we'll start off with Freedoms first of all. Freedom. So, you had a bit of a weird start to the race. Pacing the wrong way at one point and a bit of damage. 15 seconds of penalties.
Me?
Yeah, you had a lot of contact, I believe, at the start of the race.
Oh, bro, it was carnage. Everyone was sideways, and I was right at the back of it.
So what happened from your point of view at the start of the race? Because all we saw was you had 15 seconds of penalties. So we was like, what the hell happened?
I got two illegal overtakes, and I tried to let him pass, but the other person who needed to overtake me must have also had an illegal overtake because he wasn't going forward. So that's 10 seconds in penalties, and I don't know what the other 5-second ones were. Must have just been, I didn't hit anyone. I had a clean race.
So I just believe you because all the incidents we had at the back, I just thought you got caught up in it, maybe hit a car or something, and that would cause you to have 15 seconds.
Yeah, but how I got two illegal overtakes. I did get damage right at the start.
Yeah, so I did see you come into the pits. So obviously you started quite far at the back after the safety car restart. So obviously your goal from there was just to stay clean, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was just stay clean all the way through, no warnings, and I only got 2 warnings through the race.
So did you know when you were getting near the end of the race that you were going to have thirds in your sights, or was that a bit of a shock to you when you crossed the line?
I knew. I think DG Dragon just got a penalty right at the end. Destroyer, whatever. He got a penalty right at the last second. I knew I was going to be 4th. Or no, it was because King spun, which I knew I was going to get 4th. Then obviously he got a penalty right at the end, which gave me 3rd. I was surprised.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shocking. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I was sort of concentrating so much on the gap between Twitch and Percy, because obviously the penalty's there, and I didn't even see you come in, and suddenly you was in 3rd place.
I knew I had a good chance because I knew at it was like 23, lap 23. It's on fresh softs, and I knew I could get through it.
Yeah, it was a
Is
brilliant.
that? I don't know, man. That a jealous guy. I don't like him.
Well, it was a brilliant race from yourself anyway to keep out of trouble and to keep your
Yeah.
composure really after that start with all the penalties you picked up. So well done for your third
Thanks,
place.
man.
So we'll jump to someone who was a bit eager. Well, I say eager. He messaged Get Carter to message me to ask about the interviews, even though it was what 5 laps to go. So a bit cocky. But Twitch, how was your race, pal? You have done absolutely brilliantly to stay in, and you were just half a second from first place.
Yeah, I knew with like 3 laps left that I had to close it. But I made a bit of a mistake out of the last corner, which cost me a couple of tenths. It's a bit annoying.
Yeah, we did see a little bit of a mistake. Well, so you done a brilliant race to stay and keep up. You had the pace all round today, so you done really, really well. But how did it go for you from your point of view? Twitch, still there?
Sorry, my brother's here.
That's right.
Sorry, what did you say?
So then, how was your race from your point of view?
Well, it was basically all based around the strategy. I knew the soft to hard could have worked out without the safety cars, but it was a bit risky. So I thought I'd pull the trigger earlier. I mean medium soft.
Definitely a
And
good
so
call.
I did box for the hards pretty early. And just try to bring them to the end.
Well done for that. It's a good call to make, and you obviously second place. Hopefully, we'll see you in the winner's circle more often.
Hopefully.
And we go to our race winner, just by the skin of his teeth, Percy. Are you there? Can you read me?
Yes, I'm here.
How was the race from you, pal? Obviously, we've got to mention first of all, your safety car restarts were unbelievable.
Yeah. I don't know why. To be fair, just
It was
I
shocking.
stuck
Like
it in the
every time,
overtake and went.
it was only the last one. You wasn't, but other than that, it was the 3 before that. You was 1.4 seconds, 1.7 seconds, 1 second. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it's just a compounded tyres I'm on, really.
So well done for that. How was your race, anyway, from your point of view? You literally led it from start to finish, kept out of trouble from everyone. So it must have been quite boring
Yeah,
from your point of view.
yeah, it was boring to be fair. Apart from getting that 3 second penalty at the end and having to push, but yeah, boring.
So how close was you to another penalty? Was that your only 3 warnings you got, or was you close to
Yeah,
another one?
well, I thought I only had one warning. I got the penalty, and so I must have had like 2 at the same time.
Oh, so that must have been a bit worrying for you when you thought, oh my god, they're quite close behind me now.
Yeah, I was thinking that, and then I did have to push, and then I saw, is it Twitch, Raukeo?
Yeah, Raukeo, yeah.
Yeah. Saw him like 3.2, 3.3 behind. That's when I started to use my overtake and push.
Yeah, we saw you literally rinse the overtake, crossing the line, so well done.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Cheers.
we knew you had the pace today, so it's good to see you winning the race, because it would have been a bit weird straight seeing you obviously dominating every single qualifying session and then suddenly not win the race.
Yeah, it just kept out of trouble, really.
But well done for that. Gaz, have you got any questions for the drivers remaining? I think we lost freedoms, but for Raukeo or for Percy?
To be honest, I was actually I'm quite happy with what the questions you asked. But I'm still just amazed by those safety car restarts. Personally, I will be honest straight again. And like, is it something that you practice or something you've got a hang of doing, or does it just come naturally to you? Not really. I don't know. Well, most league races I do, I always get overtaken at the safety car restart, and then I was watching TRI Limitless, and he just stuck his car into overtake before the restart even happened. So I thought I'd do that for a change, and it must have helped, obviously. Oh, it's just absolutely amazing because you were like, say, you're like 4 attempts in front of a driver, and by the time you got to the start line, you were a second up over them. So it's like absolute pinpoint timing. Yeah. I've got to say well done, and Valkyrie with a very clean race. Kudos to yourself, my friend.
It was a good race for us to watch. Obviously, a lot of safety cars, a lot of incidents for us to report on, or to us to look at later on.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, anybody listening, just get your instance and let us know, and we'll give an announcement of what happens with our stewards very soon. But like, thank you very much, guys, for joining us.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. So, Gaz, do you want to wrap it up? I started
Well,
it.
yep.
So you might as
Yeah,
well end
you
it.
started off with this. So, like, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for the first round of the Limitless Racing, Limitless Formula Racing, Monday Night Racing at Australia. We look forward to you guys coming to join us next week at Baku, which a lot of drivers are either looking forward to or hating. And they just all good night. And thank you very much.
Good night, everyone.